right, welcome to Hold On to Your Butts, the podcast about how the biggest show on earth lost its bite. I'm Paul.
I'm JD.
We're doing this because there's a new Jurassic Park movie coming out this summer. So we're going back through the whole Jurassic Park franchise. That's 6 movies. A lot of people don't know that. I've been talking to people. A lot of people say 4 movies, 5 movies.
4?
I heard 4 movies. People don't know how many Jurassic Park movies there are. It just feels like something that's just been around our entire lives. Us 90s kids. That's me, at least. And we're trying to understand how these movies are making more money than ever, yet no one can tell you a single thing that they're about, or even in them, myself included. I think I've seen some of most of these movies. I keep saying that, but now I've seen 4 of them. That's the one we're talking about today. The 4th one, Jurassic World, aka Jurassic Park 4, JP4, JW1.
JW1. Okay, yeah.
JW1. I started doing that on my Google Calendar, my shared calendar with my wife. I just started doing initials for stuff. And she sent me an email. It was like, why aren't you spelling words out anymore?
Like too much, too fast.
Too much.
I'm
have
living
time.
too fast.
No time for that.
All right, yeah, well.
No time. Anyway, this is our 5th episode, our 4th regular episode, because we did one about the book. But we didn't do one about the second book because I
probably should introduce the guest if you're talking to
Here
her.
I go. I'm doing it right now. We got a great guest. Neyla Pekarek is a fantastic musician and creator of a musical about the famous Colorado historical figure Rattlesnake Kate, who we might talk about later on. I think she would have a good chance against some of these dinos, personally. Welcome to the show, Neyla.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh boy. The crowd's going wild.
Whoa.
They didn't do this on the last episodes.
I invited them.
Her entourage
came
came
with you. Neyla, what's your relationship with the Jurassic Park, the franchise?
I'd say I'm a super fan of the original for sure.
Okay.
And I've seen them all. I think.
Are you sure all 6?
I've seen all of them. Yeah.
Impressive.
All 6. Yeah.
I've seen all of them,
That's
Paul. All of them.
Have you seen the show? There's a cartoon show.
I have not seen the
I
cartoon
do have.
show.
I've been watching the cartoon because it does tie into these movies. All right, starts off when the first the Jurassic World movie starts off, and then continues.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I guess I got to get into it. Yeah.
It's actually pretty good.
You've seen them all. Yeah. Where are you at with this franchise?
I wanted to bring this photo in, which is.
Whoa.
I'll show the camera.
Yeah, you got it.
There's a Jurassic Park Jeep that drives around Denver. They're like classic movie cars. And some friends and I hired them to drive us around.
Okay.
It was when they had re-released the first one in theaters. And so I dressed up like Jeff Goldblum. My friend
nice.
Will here is Timmy. Parker is obviously Dr. Hammond.
Yeah.
And then that's the blood-sucking lawyer played by my friend Brian Gonzalez.
Yeah.
And it was opening day of the Rockies. So we drove like through downtown through all these people.
Wow. Okay, wow.
It was so cool. And all we had to do was make a donation to Dinosaur Ridge, which I'm happy to do.
Good for you. Did you see Dinger and just go agape? Like,
oh my gosh, that would have been the perfect colliding of worlds. Yeah. I love it.
It's a freaking dinosaur in real life. How they brought him back?
That would have been good.
Yeah, would have been good. Anyway, so all to say, I'm a super fan for sure.
And your outfit.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Thank you.
Well
I do.
done.
I have a lot of dinosaur themed clothes. I'm also in a barbershop quartet that we call ourselves Clever Girl.
This is how I was introduced to, you and,
yes,
and Jurassic
and my
Park.
Jurassic Park love. And we didn't know that when we formed the quartet that we were all super fans of Jurassic Park, but we had this ongoing list of all these names to name our quartet. And we had all these really elegant names like Skylark and like these sort of dreamy names of standards. There were some cool like cocktail names, things like that. And then the only one all 4 of us were like so psyched about was Clever Girl.
Huh.
So now we have all this dinosaur themed things in our group. We wore these like very glamorous gowns, but they kind of look like dinosaur skin, like reptilian a little bit.
Wow.
So yeah.
Huh. Is it the dinos that attracted you to the movies, or was it the movies that got you into dinos?
I think a little bit of both. I was at perfect age of like when they came out. In fact, I was probably too young to go see it in the theaters, but my parents let me go because it was the 90s. And I was like a dino kid for sure, like had a lot of dino toys. And I was probably like 2nd grade-ish when the first one came out. And just really, I think it's partly nostalgia of that movie. It's Jeff Goldblum. It's all of it.
It is Jeff Goldblum, isn't
Oh,
it? You know, that's
1,000,000%.
I keep thinking about him and him alone. I didn't like doing this, but JD convinced
go.
me to watch
There we go.
ahead. Oh, hey.
There's the gowns, yeah.
Never gonna let you down. Never gonna find the old man around my door. Hey, I got cool rhythm. I got sweet.
So this is
music,
dinosaur-based
starlight,
dresses.
sweet
Yes,
dreams.
Themed.
exactly.
Yep.
That's the inspiration.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
sorry.
right.
Just as you were going on your solo, I cut it off.
Oh,
I
please.
didn't realize.
No one needs to hear that.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I mean, we'll put a link in the show notes. That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
we'll take a
incredible.
closer
Yeah,
picture of
we,
that as well, and we'll get.
To be fair, we just won the world championship. We're
Whoa,
currently ranked
world
number 1.
champion
That's why we
on
have
the
crowns.
couch.
Yeah.
Wow, congratulations! Yeah.
We're ranked number 1 in the world for Sweet Adeline Barbershop, which is the women's organization of barbershop quartets. We just won in
Incredible.
November, so we're the current reigning champs.
Congratulations.
Thank
Okay,
you.
yeah,
It's the coolest
congratulations.
thing that's ever happened to me.
Kind of the
the
T-Rex
dinos
of
gave you the
women's
boost.
barbershop
That's right.
quartet.
That's
The dinos
right.
gave you- but we were talking about Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so
World
let's
champion
get into
of my
that.
heart.
Wow.
He-
Okay.
He's one of the reigning hunks, you know? He's one of the top hunks.
Everyone wants an Alan Grant, though. You marry Alan
No,
Grant. You
that's
don't
true.
marry Jeff
You don't
Goldblum.
marry. He hates kids. He doesn't. He's not. No.
Yeah, but he's
Alan
the guy who
Grant-
shows up movie after movie.
Whether you want him or not. Jurassic Park 3. Have you seen it recently?
Yeah.
Recently.
I mean,
Why
not
would
like-
you? It's a slog.
It was-
that is
oh
that
my
one
God.
is so
Talk about
bad.
slog.
Yeah,
The
it's
second
quite
one's
bad.
way more
Yeah.
of a slog to me, I feel.
I think these are all like always on in hotel rooms, so I do feel like they're all kind of in recent memory of seeing bits and pieces.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Talk about the thesis of the show that we're doing right now is like, I think Jurassic Park, they make all this money, and yet they don't really have a lot of cultural relevance anymore. Not like the 90s for sure. JD thinks hotter than ever.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
look, all this Dino merch we just got. Mother's cookies,
Mm.
all right?
Mhm.
Dino, which I think we should break into here soon.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
We can do that. We
Neyla,
can do
brat,
that.
Reese's, Pieces, dinosaur eggs, all right? You weren't getting these in the 90s, all right? This is decades of cultural seepage, all right, to get to Dino gummies.
That's right.
Yeah,
And that is
That's right.
cool.
all right. It would have been Flintstones.
Mm.
Jurassic Park
Pre-Jurassic
has
Park.
over eclipsed the
Yeah.
Flintstones.
But what
All
do you
right.
what do you think? Do you think people like are hot for Jurassic Park the way they were?
I think that first movie is so iconic that it's just
Mhm.
everything is ridden on the tails of that, honestly. And it's like, I know these current movies aren't as. We got to give these a
All right.
whirl.
Yeah, these are chocolate, actually. These
Oh,
dino
wow.
gummies right here.
It's like a circus animal cookie.
Yeah,
bar.
Yeah,
that's
it's
kind
the
of-
mother
I
circuit,
love
but with
that.
dino.
I love those circus cookies that have the
Mm.
frosting on them.
Oh, yeah, it's chocolate.
I got a
Chocolate?
bag of those.
I was shocked.
in college. I got a big bag of the frosted animal crack, the pink and white one,
Mhm.
and I brought them back to the dorm. And my roommate literally ate every single one of them
Oh, wow.
that night, and he was just like, I couldn't stop.
Classic
couldn't
college
stop.
roommate.
Yeah,
And you killed him the next day?
yeah, he died.
died.
He died in a tragic cookie related accident.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm aware none of the follow-ups have ever been close to as good as that first one, but that's like how good the first one is, that it's still in the
Exactly.
zeitgeist.
Yeah. It's all
I also think
diminishing
we're living
returns.
in a really nostalgic culture for the 90s in
Mm.
general,
Mhm.
Mhm.
which might be part of that. But I think it's quite relevant. Yeah.
Thank
You think? Are you
Jules
psyched for the new one?
I'm pretty psyched if
Yeah?
I'm being honest. It's my
dude,
summer blockbuster.
ScarJo's going to be in there.
ScarJo.
Love ScarJo.
Totally.
Who's the other guy?
Mahershala
Yeah,
Ali.
I was going to say he's going to be Blade.
Mahershala.
That's what I keep thinking. He's going to be Blade.
I'll see anything that guy's in.
He's really
so good.
awesome. I think they cast these two. Those two are who I'm excited about. The premise of this new one, especially after going through and now seeing 5 of the original 6. I mean,
All
my
right,
whole
good.
thing with these is like I could use a little bit more creativity. Like
Mm.
I going back to Isla Nublar again, you know, and shit goes wrong, and there's some changing alliances. Like you get it a little
Yeah.
bit. Like they vary the theme, but it just looks like this new one is that again.
Probably. I mean,
That's what
I
most
think
people want.
that's
Same,
just
but different.
it. Yeah, I never have high expectations for them. I'm just kind of happy to like be back in Dino World, and
Mhm.
I don't think they have to be good, which is kind of annoying for how much money they make, you know. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's what people
Do you want to try these Dino
I'd love
Bites?
to.
All right, yeah, I just had some. I was trying to open it off.
They're definitely not Easter.
mic.
They're definitely
sorry, yeah.
for dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, wait a second.
Yeah.
these are just eggs generally. These aren't
They're
dino
Reese's, though.
eggs.
False.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, everyone wants the same but different. All right, but I think this one, the Jurassic World one, fell into. It was right at that nostalgia point where they just redid the Star Wars ones as well, which is kind of like halfway between a soft reboot and a soft remake. Because it's like hitting all the same beats as the original, which is remake, but then it's introducing new characters, for a new generation, which is more of a reboot thing. But I mean, this follows right in the same vein as the Star Wars one. They're like, work for JJ, it's going to work for us. Yeah.
Colin Trevorrow. Trevorrow? You're talking about the director of this one? Yeah, this new guy they got, Trevorrow. Let's get into it. Let's talk. We're talking about Jurassic World, released in 2015. The director, Colin Trevorrow. He also wrote the script with his partner, a guy named Derek.
You want to see? It's a 72 on the tomato meter.
That's pretty good.
78 on the popcorn meter.
I was looking at that this morning. I don't know. I mean, the production, I had one interesting thing I found on Wikipedia that I kind of wanted to talk about, which is just like about that period between JP3 and JW1, which was like 13.
JP3, JW1.
You should really just use the whole word.
Nah, I like it.
I mean, it's fun, but also it takes a little bit extra brain power for me.
So Wikipedia said, it was revealed in 2022 that Spielberg's initial idea for JP4, which was what they were calling it for many years, it was in production hell. They had scripts, they didn't like them, they moved, blah, 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 blah. His idea was intelligent dinosaur-human hybrids, which escaped from a laboratory and rampaged through a city, which would further explore the concept of genetic manipulation and its effects. Spielberg reportedly believed that the idea, devised late in Jurassic Park 3's production, should have been used for the third film. He considered it the best story idea since the first Jurassic Park. Human dino hybrids.
Whoa.
It's a different trope than the one they went for this one, which is how do we militarize it? But I mean, I don't know which one I'd prefer. I guess the one we got. It gave us Chris Pratt. These are the Chris Pratt years. My wife always refers to all of these as the Chris Pratt ones.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel
this is when the world was in love with Chris Pratt. He could do no wrong at this point. Things have kind of, the tides have turned for him a little bit. I mean, he's still popular, but he's not as of a America's sweetheart, I think, as he
did Parks and Rec, and everybody loved him, and then he got real muscular for these movies, so they loved him even more because he was funny and hot.
Yeah.
And it was revealed that he was maybe a little bit more conservative than a lot of the Parks and Rec fans.
Religious stuff recently. That's been and there was some like drama.
People are going to have their own opinions about that.
Cheating on his wife with other co-stars in other movies.
Yep. All those muscles.
My take
didn't do
is
any favors.
We should not call these the Pratt years. These are the Bryce Dallas Howard years.
Okay, all right.
She
Bryce
fucking rocks. She's so good. She makes this movie for me. She is the best actor since Goldblum in the series, in my opinion.
In the series?
She's maybe a more defining character. I loved Bryce Dallas Howard in this one. And then we'll talk about it in the next episode, which I'm sorry I already saw the movie. I hate that I did that, but she is so incredible. Her facial expressions, her character. I loved her character. I loved everything about her. I think she makes it.
Intro for her. She comes down the elevator. She's practicing names. I mean, it's just like coded like this woman is, I want to say a bitch, but that's kind of harsh,
She's controlling.
She means business.
Yeah, she's a boss bitch.
And she's got to run a dinosaur amusement park, so there's no other choice. She's got to be large and in charge.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the plot? Do a little quick plot summary?
Yeah.
Do you want to do it or should I do it?
No, I think you should.
Okay. Wow. Okay. All right.
Well, we never did the song. This has all been the cold open
to the song,
episode.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Welcome to Hold On to Your Butts, the show. I wonder if anyone has a song they might want to.
I mean, we've been doing the theme.
I mean, I didn't really warm up this morning. But,
world champions don't have to.
All the pressure's on. All right, here we go. Dinos, nothing but dinos, eating your flesh, chasing you down.
Wow. Perfect.
Oh
Thanks.
my God.
Thank you.
Freaking best part of the podcast.
And that was the Star Wars theme. I mean, just it was obvious to me, but just
the assignment was to pick a John Williams song.
Yes,
but dinosaur lyrics. Okay.
Yeah. The listeners know.
Okay, great.
They get it.
I'm so sorry, listeners. All downhill from here.
That's
it was really good. Holy shit.
Don't encourage it.
All right.
She's going to sing the rest of this episode.
The plot of the movie. We open on a family. The criminally underused Judy Greer and her husband, some guy. They have two sons.
The boss from The Office.
Mhm.
Not Michael Scott. Michael Scott's boss.
Exactly.
Oh, right,
Some
right.
fucking jabroni. And they take their two kids and they said, it's Christmas time. By the way, this is a Christmas
Yes,
movie.
that's what I was saying. Well, they had one Christmas song at the beginning.
All right.
Does that make it a Christmas movie?
100%.
100%?
100%.
Christmas is not referred to at all. Santa
It's-
does not save the day at the end.
It's not cold.
No elves. Can't be a Christmas movie.
Christmas is in the movie.
Okay, one Christmas song makes a Christmas movie for
Yeah.
Paul. All right.
Yeah, Christmas is happening.
Mm.
So they're going on this trip down to Isla Nublar, where
it.
there has been a active operating theme park with hundreds, maybe thousands of guests. I think it is thousands of guests just going to see
Mhm.
dinosaurs, which aren't even that special anymore.
Mm.
You know, we've seen these people in this world have seen dinos. John Hammond's park, the whole disaster on this planet, they don't care. Doesn't matter in the world of Jurassic World.
There was no internet then, so they didn't know about it.
They don't know.
They don't
It's
know.
just
Do you think this could actually happen in real life? People would forgive it if the spectacle was so great.
Maybe. I wonder.
That's a good question.
Would you
People
go,
do
Neyla?
disaster tourism. Like I wanted to go when I was a kid. I was going through Europe on a train, and I was like, how hard would it be to get to Chernobyl, to see Chernobyl,
Mm.
the famous nuclear disaster?
Mhm.
People go to Ground Zero all the time.
Yeah, it's like a thing to do this
Yeah.
and see these disaster sites, disaster
That's true.
tourism.
I mean, given the history of how things go wrong, I probably wouldn't put myself in. I'm not like a thrill seeker in that
Okay.
way, but I don't know if it had like a lot of promise that it wasn't going to break down or the dinos weren't going to go off the rails. But I don't see the historical
Yeah,
evidence
know.
for that.
Oh,
They're doing a bad job of running these parks.
yeah. There's 0 for
well,
1.
the past 10 years, it's been going good in the world of Jurassic Park.
in the
so-
world of
Sure.
or
Jurassic
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. Of
Sorry,
course.
my
In the
bad.
world of Jurassic World, it's a big money maker.
Yeah.
So these two kids, they show up at Jurassic World. The older brother sadly had to leave his girlfriend
Zach.
behind.
That's who I'm bounding as today.
Mhm.
Just I know the listeners are wondering. The viewers will know.
Very
Yeah.
good
I'm bounding
cosplay.
as the older brother. Yeah, thank you.
So they show up and they are greeted by their aunt, Claire, the amazing
So cool.
Bryce Dallas Howard, who's here. We get the opening shot that JD has described. She is the park manager, operator.
No nonsense.
She's no nonsense. She is in control. Control is the theme of the movie for me.
Interesting.
Control versus
That's right.
chaos.
Yeah.
And so then she's like, "Oh no, I gotta manage a park. You two go off with my assistant and go do the whole tour. Just enjoy the park." And then they go do that, and stuff goes wrong. Meanwhile, she and there's this Raptor guy, Chris Pratt. What's his actual job? Like animal wrangler or something?
Yeah, I think he's an extension of the Robert Muldoon's character in the first JP1. He's the game warden, but he's also training the Raptors.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
he's
the Raptor whisperer.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
it.
He's like
Yeah.
the guy. Yeah, he knows. He can communicate. He's working with them.
Yeah, put your hands out, get a clicker.
The hand thing.
Yeah.
Do we like that? The hand thing? I mean, this is the first appearance of the hand thing. It's kind of a big deal in these
Yeah, it becomes
the Bryce
larger
Dallas
than
Howard
life.
years.
I think Pratt sells it.
Yeah, I mean,
I
if
like it.
anyone does, he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it too.
Yeah.
I like the idea for his character. I like Pratt in this role, and I
Mhm.
like this character as an element of the franchise.
Hmm.
The whole thing, I thought, I mean, maybe I'll say it now. This might be my favorite movie in the franchise.
Mm.
I think it's amazing.
Controversial.
Wow.
Had I never seen Jurassic Park 1 and I had just seen this, I would have been like, this would have been
because
my...
it's basically a remake of
I know.
JP1.
Yeah.
except they don't have Jeff Goldblum. That's the one piece I like. I like the chaos theory stuff. I
Mhm.
really
you gotta
like the
have a
brainy
good reason
stuff.
to bring him back, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, we'll talk about that in the next episode.
that's right.
Thank you.
And I will just say, I love that they reprise all their roles.
Yes.
But
I mean, that's
it's not
Dominion.
a good movie, but it's so great that they all come back,
To
and
be
that's why I
seen.
enjoyed it.
To
That's
be
right. That's for
seen.
next
Yeah.
time. Neither here nor there. I will not be part of that conversation, but I just wanted to get my 2 cents.
No, I
in.
do
I'm
like. I
glad.
do like.
Glad we got your take.
Paul's a barrel stickler for sticking on that movie.
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Um,
JW1.
I just want to say, just as we're talking, also a group of young teens are coming to the island for Camp Cretaceous. and that's also happening.
Oh.
That's simultaneous.
Yeah,
so
simultaneous.
Camp Cretaceous, if someone maybe somehow hasn't heard of what the hell that is.
That's the cartoon on Netflix. That's a Jurassic Park
Love it.
like a
tie-in.
spin-off.
That's a little Easter egg.
Yep. Oh, she got it. This is why we have guests. You're not getting this gold.
Bringing
When it's
smarter
just
than
us.
us, more talented than us, funnier than us.
Yeah, if you guys have felt the last 2 episodes were a lull. Yeah, not anymore. Yeah, so the Bryce the Outsider. All right, yeah, and then we get Vincent D'Onofrio's character, who is Vic Hoskins. He's the military guy who's, more in charge of getting weaponizing these raptors.
Head of security for InGen,
Right.
the company that owns Jurassic World, which is also the company Hammond ran
is InGen, yeah.
Right.
And we'll see around this point in the movie that it's also been taken over by this new guy, Masrani, Mr. Masrani, Hammond's successor, his handpicked successor. So that's the corporate structure
Simon
of the park.
Masrani. Should we talk about him really quick because he gets introduced first?
Okay, but yeah, we got
Cool John Hammond. What do you think? He's like very Buddhist, very like, hey, are the dinos happy? You got to look in their eyes to know.
Well, he kind of takes up the mantle of Hammond because Hammond, over the course of the series, has took a more enlightened approach to the dinos. He thought of them as animals.
At the end of the second movie is the only time he's like, maybe we should have stepped back.
Yeah,
but still hasn't budged.
But the canonical, like the evolution from that's the Hammond that gave control of the company to this new guy Masrani. Like I could see the connection between them, and I liked that Masrani was like a more empathetic leader of this company. It made me understand how that he was a little bit more successful in setting up the park and establishing, running an organization.
They're not just money grubbing.
Yeah. Although he's certainly a successful money grubber.
Oh yeah,
this
they
park
love
seems
money,
like
but
it's cooking.
Yeah, they also love the dinosaurs.
It seems like it.
Yeah, I like that.
You were talking about D'Onofrio, though. I mean, I would love to talk about D'Onofrio.
Well, I mean, I guess did you like the portrayal of him as like, hey, I'm a cool guy. You should get some sun. I'm flying the helicopter.
I think, it sort of sets us up that it's like,
it's different.
It's a well-oiled machine. It's easy breezy. We don't need to like worry.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Setting that up. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, this is trying too hard for me. I was like, I don't like it. I was like, this guy, what?
Yeah,
flies a copter.
This is where I'll bring in my first take from my wife to share on the opening D'Onofrio scene, which was when she was like, "This is a very '90s feeling movie. They've captured some of the '90s spirit because this guy is giving us villain vibes, and he is also overweight." And that is a huge feature of the first Jurassic
World.
World.
A little bit of a belly. Jeez, everybody's a hater.
The first guy that dies in JW1 is also overweight.
Newman. Yeah.
It's kind of
that's D'Onofrio the first death?
No,
Dino
he's
death?
not. No. He doesn't die.
Okay, I was
but
gonna
there
say,
is
I
a guy.
don't
There's
think
like a guard of a gate outside the Indominus Rex enclosure.
Oh,
who is
fat slob?
Fat slob.
Sorry, I'm just joking.
That's the movies.
Yes,
this is not us saying. Look, it's not.
And certainly the '90s, we were body shaming all over the place.
That was a hit. That was a thing.
That was a hit. Is that what you're gonna say?
People loved it.
Hey, that's what sold tickets. I guess
that's why we're here. We're trying to figure out why these movies were so big.
Yeah,
they made Chris Pratt get fit.
Yeah,
they're like,
do you want to die in the first
been for this that he got so free.
No, it was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, no, you're right.
Thank you.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
All right, don't question me on Chris Pratt.
Super fan.
Yeah, he's married to Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter now.
That's right.
So happy for them. Wish them the
Father-in-law
best of
is
luck.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Wow.
I know.
That's
a
really
dream.
wild.
What a dream.
What a dream.
Wow.
Do your Arnold.
I will not.
As if I'm Chris Pratt at dinner. Go ahead and tell me to pass the pork.
No. I'll give you some Arnold later. Maybe. We'll see. D'Onofrio kind of suggests early on that these dinos might be useful for some other reason.
Suggests. I mean, he's straight out saying we need to get field testing. We got to start fucking getting these in caves in Afghanistan to weed out terrorists. It's like if we get into a real war, he's like, all that fancy tech's gonna go dark.
What do y'all think about that? Dinos as military, like, I don't know. Like
I did want to ask
weapons.
you guys if you think a real war broke out, if all our tech would go dark.
Mm.
You don't want to talk about that?
No. We don't know. I don't know.
I think that would not work probably to release the dinosaurs, unleash the dinosaurs. There's just too many guns.
The guns can kill the dinos.
Yeah.
from far away. The
And,
dinos are best when they can bite you.
Yeah, and I wonder, I guess if we're engineering these dinosaurs, you could make them into these like killing machines. But a lot of times those dinos are just hungry. And if they're not hungry, they're not going to fight your war probably.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if they're genetically modified.
And if they're trained well enough.
Yeah.
Like if they have a Pratt, if they have Owen Grady, Velociraptor trainer to lead them.
Yeah, he does have that line where they're like, "Oh, what happens when they turn on, the good guys?"
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, we'll only promote loyal bloodlines, things like that, and they just like roll their eyes at him.
It's just bananas. Yeah.
I mean, my wife
bloodlines. Anytime that was another cue. This guy's the villain. I mean, if talking about dinos as warriors wasn't already enough, just like the whole like biological determinism of blood, talking about bloodlines of animals determining their behaviors, like that was this is an evil guy.
Yeah, he's bad.
Yeah.
Bad dude.
Setup is not good, but my wife actually said D'Onofrio is the best actor in them. I mean, he's been around a long time. He's known as a very good actor.
I like him.
Yeah.
I mean, in my where my wife and I were actually talking about how Bryce Dallas Howard is a nepo baby and probably the worst nepo baby.
Ugh.
The worst, you think?
I mean, I don't think she's as good of an actress as other nepo babies.
We're going to the mat on this. Bryce, she's amazing.
I enjoyed her in these movies. Yes, this is
I think
the only thing I've enjoyed her in. Really.
You seen her cry on cue? She can.
I mean, I've seen the interviews. Yeah.
She's got a Conan spot where she cries on cue. Yeah.
She's very charming. I mean, I think this is her best role I've seen her in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on in the plot.
Agree to disagree.
So we're going to the Indominus Rex enclosure because Mr. Masrani wants a new attraction for his park. It's gotten a little bit stale. Stegosaurus, who cares? T-Rex, T-snooze, boring. We've seen it. We've seen that one. So he's like, we need a new dino. And then our Dr. Wu, who the geneticist, has been cooking them something fierce. And the dino's name is...
First bring back of Dr. Wu since the first movie.
We love BD Wong.
He's good. He's really good.
I'm a big Law & Order fan. So
he's a Law & Order person?
He was on Law & Order SVU as the psychologist. Yeah, for the FBI. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Love him.
Yeah. I like
so
him
your love
in
for
this,
BD overrides the questionable morals of Wu.
A little
Dr.
bit.
Wu.
He's a gay icon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't
We
know
love
that.
He's a gay icon?
Yeah.
I don't know
love
this.
BD Wong.
What is he known for in the LGBTQ
being
community?
gay, Paul.
being BD Wong. It's a little bit of Law & Order. It's yeah.
Okay. Mulan. Cool. Great.
Yeah, Mulan right there.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate him in a new way. That's great. Well, he's cooked up this new beast. This new beast that's he won't even reveal what sort of DNA went into creating this new creature. But they name it the Indominus Rex, which is now the first of the Spinosaurus in JP3 was the first like new dino that they
but that wasn't a genetic one. The Spinosaurus is an actual dinosaur.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
So this new one,
this is
Indominus Rex.
Yeah. But if you go to Camp Cretaceous, it wasn't his first attempt. He did a something called a Spinosaurus. No, it's a Scorpius Rex.
Scorpius Rex.
I'm so glad to know about the Scorpius Rex.
The owner didn't like the way it looked, and it does look goofy. What's his name? Masrani said it didn't look cool enough.
Mm-hmm.
And it does look like a reject. Can you guys see this?
Its hands aren't small enough.
It looks like a goof. Looks like a goof of a dinosaur right here.
Those hands are way too big for that type of dinosaur. Those are like human hands.
So they cryogenically freeze it on the island and they move on to the Indominus Rex.
Got it.
Just so you guys.
Thank you for that.
Neyla, I'm with you. I think it looks a little weird. I think
it looks
like,
goofy.
On the back, there's like two types of dinos. There's a bunch, but there's the four. Hey, I don't know what I'm talking about. There's the ones that are on the four legs, and then there's the ones that are on the two legs. And the two-legged ones, the T-Rex has the small arms, and that's what I'm used to.
Yeah.
That's my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Well, the Indominus Rex has long arms too.
Let's see.
It does. Honestly, they all kind of look the same. That's one of my critiques of the Howard years, as I'm going to call them, is like these dinos, like they keep introducing a new one, but it's kind of the same thing over and over, and I can't tell the difference.
You're speaking about Fallen Kingdom.
I
that
mean,
one
I'm
as well?
alluding to a take that's coming up in the next
Okay.
episode, but like the Indominus Rex basically is the first one that like I guess it's different, you know. I guess
thought
it's something.
they showed that it used his hands a lot more in the
That's
film.
kind of the point,
Yeah,
is that it has
it's
bigger
got-
hands. That is the T-Rex's downfall.
Right.
Those tiny little baby hands.
Mhm.
But they're just like spikier T-Rexes, right? They just have more spikes on them.
It's got the teeth on the outside like an alligator.
Yes.
I watched some of the special scenes.
Yes.
They're talking about
very
like what
alligator.
distinguishes
Mhm.
this from, just Rexy coming in.
Yeah.
It has a cloaking ability,
Yeah.
That's right.
as we see in the first scene with it, where it kind of does this trick. Pratt comes in and meets Claire at the Indominus Rex enclosure, and he's like, "Where's the dino?"
Well, Claire gets Owen Grady. Do you think
Is that
there's
after
chemistry there?
the dino gets out? There's like a
No,
whole.
that's when the dino gets
Okay.
out. But they
Is when he's
establish
there.
that it has the camouflage when Masrani and Claire are talking about it, and they're like, "Oh, it ate its brother.
Right.
It's white, and that's going to scare adults more."
Mm.
Do you think a white dinosaur would scare you more than?
No comment.
Okay,
I'm not touching that one, JD.
Hey, you don't want to get
Not
any. You
getting
guys don't want to
close.
get any of the fun stuff today.
Not
What the heck?
touching it.
Locking my car doors.
But yeah, so I mean, yeah, they have that whole discussion, and it's set up as a killing machine.
Yeah.
And then he says he wants Owen Grady to come and look at it because he's the
That's
expert,
it.
and he's going to see things that they
That's
don't
it.
see
Yeah.
in the enclosure.
Mhm.
Because they've already had to postpone the release of the dino because they had to build the walls higher in its enclosure, and it's killed a couple of its feeders. So that's why they feed it with the crane now.
Yeah. So is this where you're like, wow, I wonder if things are going to go wrong on fucking Jurassic Park Island, or is this guy going to get out, or what? Like,
Masrani didn't ask if this dinosaur was happy.
That's right.
He's just seeing dollar signs.
Is it fierce
I think
enough?
he's too. He's still suffering from hubris, like John Hammond, but it's in a different way. It's not like as up front. He's not on Front Street with it. We're like, I'm going to make money with these dinos.
Yes.
Which is maybe a little bit more of the book Hammond than in the movie Hammond. Movie Hammond is still like, I want to bring joy to children.
Sure.
Versus Masrani,
Mm-hmm.
who's also working on military things in the background.
Yeah.
Come on. A little shady.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Paul not touching it.
I don't know. The Indominus Rex gets out.
Well, I wanted to talk about Owen and Claire's chemistry. Do you feel like there's some chemistry
I want to talk about
between
this too. Neyla, go ahead.
Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard?
I mean, they certainly set that up early on.
Do you
Like,
feel it? Do you feel it when they meet?
I'm not sure if I do.
That's what I was saying. That's what I'm getting at. I don't get.
I think they really try to play this odd couple. Like, she's so businessy, and look at her beautiful white suit, and he's like a rugged mountain man living by the creek.
Yeah.
And so,
Working on his motorcycle.
yeah, they really try to make us root for them, but I don't know if I see it for real.
I didn't feel any chemistry,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think they didn't have any like physical connection, or it wasn't. Yeah. I like that there's a love story in this one.
Me too.
The first three were like pretty lacking in romance and
I mean,
kissing.
there's like some Goldblum love triangle stuff going on with Laura Dern. I mean, she only has eyes for Dr. Grant, but
Did you feel like they were a couple in that movie, JP1?
yeah, but they share this love of work that kind of overpowers the
Overpowers,
romance.
yeah.
But obviously, there's like the kid stuff. She's like thinking ahead of like, how do I get this guy to have a kid with me? You know, she wants a family.
There was some controversy of like whether they were actually together or
Oh,
not.
of course
so.
they are.
Okay, well,
I think
all
they
right.
are too.
Yes.
I forget if I weighed in on this in our episode about this, but and right now in this moment, I think they were together.
Because Goldblum was going after her hard. All right, he was pulling her hair. He was doing hand
He's
things with
flirting.
water. Yeah, he was.
No, they're definitely together. Yeah. But then they don't stay together because they have different goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Good to talk about.
All right. So the chemistry's not there again. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe that Bryce Dallas Howard. I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
So the dino gets out. Surprise, surprise.
Well, it tricks them. It creates this
tricks
whole
them.
elaborate ruse where it scratched the concrete wall to make them think it's crawled out, but it's hiding, and it's using its cloaking geothermal cloaking device or whatever that's some random animal has that they happen to put that DNA. I think it's jellyfish can do that.
Octopus, maybe?
Something like that. And they put that in the dino so it can hide its geothermal signature, and they trick them into thinking that it's gotten out. They go into the cage to get it out, and then it attacks them.
Yeah. Sometimes the dinos are smart. Sometimes the dinos are not smart.
Yeah.
That's another part of Jurassic Park. Like when the plot needs the dinos to be dumb and the humans to escape, they do. You know? Anyway, so the dino escapes, shit starts going wrong. You know, what else happens
Did you like
here?
the kids?
We get the kids. Oh, the kids in the ball. That's some of my best dino action.
Okay.
When the dinos are fighting around the kids in the ball, the little gyrosphere, which is one of the attractions of Jurassic World, you can get inside a giant glass ball, which looked super fun. I'd like to get around like that.
You drive around and
Super
it takes
cool.
you around the park and it's safe for
and
you.
It's safe, yeah.
Very fun. Very cool.
Jimmy Fallon tells you how to use it.
That's right. Love that.
Yeah, would you like
Great
the Jimmy
cameo from
Yeah, I thought it was
Fallon.
fun. I thought it was fun.
That was
Fun
fun too.
physical comedy.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of Fallon, but I thought when he showed up in this, I was like, great.
When I went to
fun.
Universal, Jimmy Fallon had a ride.
Oh, the ride, yeah.
Yeah, he had
What?
a ride with the Roots. They all have like a little ride.
It's like a theater thing, and you get like jostled
Yeah,
around in your
yeah.
theater seats. It's pretty fun.
And you like drive around New York or something.
Possibly you drive around New York?
Yeah, it's like a 3D ride that,
Yeah.
you know, he takes you around with the Roots and he shows you his favorite places in New York.
Yeah, it was kind of
Yeah, so
jolly.
it's fun. So there is also a tie-in with, you know, that the parks do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. No, I like that. That's interesting. I guess Universal is the whole. What's up?
I just want to say no Jurassic Park logo at the beginning. No dino kill at the beginning. Each
Yes.
Jurassic Park movie so far has had a dino kill at the beginning. First one was guy gets eaten by raptor. Shoot.
Shoot.
Yeah,
See, I was telling Paul that people know that line.
Oh, yeah.
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 Like the
Clever
close-up on the teeth.
girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clever girl line. Hold on to your butts.
Mhm.
Classic lines.
One big pile of shit.
Yeah.
Classic
Second
You
movie.
know your Jurassic Park. I'm
You
impressed.
invited the right
more than
person.
Paul.
Oh, we
Let's
did.
kick Paul out of here. We're just having Neyla on.
I wouldn't be offended. Be understandable.
I'm not sure if you saw my outfit.
No, it's
She's got a bolo tie with a, what, is that a raptor on there?
Yeah, it's a raptor. Mhm.
Is it blue?
It's not blue. It's
Okay.
green.
Yeah.
But
Well.
nor is it blue the raptor. Gotcha.
Second Jurassic Park movie, the little girl gets attacked
Yep.
by the compies. And then the third one,
little boy.
the little boy in the
parasailing.
they're
That's right.
parasailing. Yeah,
Parasailing.
this one, they
What
just open
happens
up with the dinos
eggs,
getting
eggs.
born, and it just says Jurassic World on there.
Yeah.
Very boring.
Yeah, do you think that was like, we're turning over a new leaf, we're not
think so,
doing the old
yeah.
stuff, but I kind of love that all
You
the
gotta have a
tie-ins.
dino kill.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a dino kill.
Yeah.
I mean, they go back to it in the next one, which we're not going to talk about. But
Yeah. But maybe
See,
that's
once
part
you've
of
seen them, you can't not talk about them.
I
maybe
hate
that's
that you
part of
did
the
this.
setup though, that they do want you to feel safe at the beginning of the movie. to
Right.
really
Oh, yeah. That's a good
wrestle ya.
insight right there.
I
Yeah. Yeah, no one's oppressed by dinos anymore. She has that whole very
Yeah.
meta monologue about how it's old hat now. We gotta up the game.
Yeah.
Do you feel that's true?
I mean, I do. That's my whole thing is dinos are boring now. I don't think the existence of dino action in a movie is enough to get people talking. You know, it's not going to create a moment in the, the zeitgeist of America right now
Sure.
to just see a T-Rex on screen. That's not enough.
Can we get that magic back, Neyla?
I think we are a little bit immune to. I mean, that's what made the first one so magical. Is they built those like puppets.
Yeah,
that made it look so real.
Animatronics.
Yeah, and like where CGI is just kind of like.
They did a lot of blending of CGI with this one as well. I didn't know if you noticed when they first have the raptors coming in the enclosure when Owen Grady's training them or just doing his like little talent show with them, about see, they can't follow orders. Those are people in big, like they have a big like
No way.
yeah, they have the dino heads on them that's like higher and it's attached to their head, so they're wearing like hats, so the eye lines are there, and then they're acting like
Love
they're
that.
birds and they're running around.
I love
And then
that.
they replace them with the digital raptors. But I think this is all adding to the performance from the actor being more realistic.
I think so.
Yeah, because you can actually look in between both raptors' eyes at that point. You know, you can. It's not just looking at a nothing or a tennis ball.
Yeah.
Which is the kind of acting that the first Jurassic Park, pioneered.
Yeah.
But you can tell that a lot of lessons were learned along the way between the first three, JP 1, 2, 3, and then JW1. Huge gap, and like the effects are phenomenal.
Yeah,
I thought they were just phenomenal.
They're always talking about, I've watched a lot of the special features, and they're saying we can also do more detail. That's like their big things. We can show more detail, more muscle moving under the skin, more, bumps in
Commitment
like water coming off of them in like daylight, things like that. But I don't know if that adds to
I think it does.
The experience.
I think it does. I think the character of Blue, the lead raptor that has the strongest bond with Chris Pratt's character, I think you can see it in the performance of the character. You can see the emoting and the connection with Pratt. And I think that actually really sells the story of the movie and his connection with these raptors, which we'll then talk about in the climactic search and chase. Like, I thought it was, it was necessary and great.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, I don't know if it is adding to it or not,
I think so.
But I get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, to move on with the plot.
Please.
I don't actually know what happens next because there's this middle part of all of these movies where just like dinos are loose and shit's going wrong in the jungle. And like it's kind of a muddled mishmash for me.
The globes get halted, right? Like like it goes offline or something.
Shit's going offline.
Yeah.
You're
The
seeing on the
gyrospheres
screen
about.
the fences are down
The fences
or
are
something
down.
like that.
Yes.
Well, at first they're like, we got it. It's going to be okay. We have, everything's in place. But the Indoraptor rips out its own tracker because it remembers when they put it in.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're attempting to keep everything pretty chill at this point. I did want to bring up, do you think extinct animals have rights? That's something that Vincent D'Onofrio and that's what they brought up in the movie. I'm not just like trying to be because they're like, these animals don't have rights. We can use them however we want to. When Vincent D'Onofrio is talking to Chris Pratt.
Yeah, is it a product or is it a being?
Yeah.
Are we going to have the same conversation about like AI shit? It makes me scared.
Yeah.
I'm already being nice to AI.
You gotta.
So,
it's too smart.
I mean, hedge your bets here.
Yeah.
JD wakes up in the morning. Hi, ChatGPT. How'd you sleep?
When I do that, I'm like, hey, great job on that.
Great
that
job
was
on
awesome.
that.
Yeah,
Really appreciate your help,
could you
Siri.
try? Yeah.
I never appreciate Siri's help. This is my pitch for a Jurassic Park sequel, by the way. Is because I like the brainy stuff, the chaos theory. My pitch is Goldblum is the villain. He's been seduced by new technology. He's the mathematician guy that knows tech. And then he ends up creating his own theme park that's like a cyberpunk cyber world.
Ooh.
And then the girl from the first movie who's a techie person, she's like a red hat hacker that's hired to test the cybersecurity at the cyber park. And then, shit goes wrong.
I mean, this is way better than Lost World, Jurassic Park, I think. But
let's, I would say email them.
Nice, right? It's good. There's no dinos in it.
Dude, everyone's the Jurassic Park is taking such a left turn from all the things you like about it. It's like,
I know.
It's like, how can you? No one else is coming to Jurassic Park for the chaos theory talk.
It's my fucking. I think that's what.
But they are coming back for Goldblum. So.
Hell yeah.
Goldblum and his friggin' sweaty chest. My God.
My God. Okay, so
anyway,
don't want to talk about animal rights. That's fine.
I mean, they make Blue like so like a dog, like you love Blue a little bit. So I think we do want these dinos to have a little bit of rights, right?
Yes, I would like them to have rights.
Yeah.
I mean, which one? Which rights? The right to life, to not be killed, the right to property.
Well, I say yes now, but in the next movie that becomes a bigger issue.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm against it.
Oh,
if they're going to kill humans, then no, I'm against it.
Yeah.
I'm against reintroducing wolves into Yellowstone, okay?
Oh.
You got me to say it.
Not going to ask you for that. But fine.
Okay, so they do move on they cut away to the kids again. Okay, the kids it's been established that their parents are getting a divorce and they sent their children to Jurassic World so they can finalize their divorce and they can spend time with their aunt, who they haven't seen in 7 years.
Oh, yeah. And then the aunt and Claire.
Okay, I'm explaining this to you because it never comes back up again. Okay.
So glad we're getting it. Getting all the details. But the Claire feels bad that the kids are off loose in their ball. And then she and Owen go on a rescue
They're
mission,
yeah.
I believe.
But before we get to that,
Okay. Sorry.
they're with the nanny,
Let's
right?
go.
Or well, her secretary,
Right.
her British secretary. And she's like, they basically invented nanny. So they're fine. So they run away from the secretary nanny.
Mhm.
Mhm.
If you were a kid, would you run away from someone? Because they like have full access to this whole
Yeah.
park. This lady's just escorting them around. She's not like not
Right.
letting them do things in the park. But they're like, scatter, we got to run away from her because she's on her phone talking about her upcoming wedding and how she doesn't want her fiance to have a bachelor party.
Ugh.
She's a monster. She deserves
These
what's coming
details
to her,
are so important to the plot.
I think
I'm really glad we're getting into this.
I think it's interesting that they put them in there and it
Yeah.
doesn't really pay off at all.
You know, Neyla, there was a lot of people in line to get in the balls other than the kids.
That's right.
And I have a list of the names of the actors. And I've actually done quite a bit of research.
Their big break.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
guys,
this was
we
their
did
big break.
speak about how in the last ones, how Spielberg is such a genius because every detail of that first
Totally.
movie adds to the story,
Yes.
comes up later.
Yep.
And then this one, it
It's
seems
just
like there's a
like-
bunch of shit in there that doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, and I think like
Mhm.
they want you to root for the kids and understand. Like I think that little one's like really sympathetic, and
Right, yeah,
he's
'cause he
like,
cries
he's
about
like
the
kind of
divorce.
crying about the divorce.
So you have to set up the
root for
divorce
him.
thing
So I
to
get
get-
that, but it is really kind of unnecessary plot holes.
Okay,
But
well, I'm sorry if you think I'm getting too into this on our dinosaur podcast, Paul.
But I think it goes to show that they're trying to like do the Spielberg model, but not doing it
Yeah,
great.
and Spielberg is still a producer on all of these. I mean, he's
Yeah.
right there doing the whole thing. And one of the things that my favorite dino action is the Mosasaurus. That's my favorite dinosaur. Of this one.
Which one's the Mosasaurus?
Yes,
What?
it's
What do you mean?
it's the
Which
water one.
Oh, the water one. Oh,
it's
yeah.
Mm.
Oh, that is a cool. I like the how that's kind of like they have the stadium around the
Yeah,
water,
that's
and then it's
super
like
cool.
a SeaWorld thing, and the Mosasaurus jumps out, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, this.
I mean, that was a great trailer moment.
It's
I remember
really
that
cool.
mostly from the trailers, from the time of how
Mhm.
cool that was.
This is probably my favorite dino action right here. And then I listened to a thing with the director saying, "Oh, we thought of this whole using the shark as bait thing before. I thought maybe Spielberg is going to take this as a personal thing about like,
Jaws?
I'm killing Jaws, or like I'm doing something better than Jaws."
Wow.
Wow.
And then he brought it up to Spielberg. Spielberg's like, "No, I didn't."
He's
think
like,
of
you
that
would
at all."
never
Yeah, he's
overshadow
like-
Jaws. Are you insane?
I couldn't give less of a shit about the shark.
Yeah, he's like, "No, I didn't think that at all."
I'm trying to make Catch Me If You Can. I'm getting lunch with
In
Leo.
2015,
I don't know. I don't know. One of his
getting ready
other
for Fablemans over
many
here.
his best movie. Have you seen Fablemans?
Oh, yeah, I loved it.
Fucking great.
I loved it.
People don't know this. It's so good.
I haven't seen it.
It's like, well, we don't need to talk about that on this podcast.
We can
I
talk
mean,
about
we
it.
can,
I,
yeah, if you want. That'd be-
I thought it was really like cozy,
Mhm.
and it's just the Spielberg way. That's you're
Mhm.
always like, oh.
And the stuff with the dad and then the friend who's into the mom,
Yeah.
and the mom with blonde, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, Sam Neill,
Whoa.
mom, huh?
So
I
you're
had
saying
not
he's
made any of those
only
connections.
redoing Jurassic Park over and over again?
Fablemans is a memoir of his
so
own
he's
life.
like trying to work that out in his other movies.
I think he's been doing
I
it his whole
love it.
career.
I love it.
It's all very, Freud would have a field day with this Spielberg guy.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about the climax, like the hunt? Can we
Yeah.
jump to the hunt? That's I
mean,
don't
I
know.
wouldn't say that's
Anything
the
else you want to go?
climax.
What else you want to
The
talk about?
divorce was the climax.
Well, I think almost the biggest dino action is the murder of that secretary.
Mm.
When the Dilophosaurus come, the
birds?
pterodactyls, and she gets picked
Yeah.
up by one of them. She gets dropped. She gets picked up by another one.
Yeah.
She gets thrown around by some other dinosaur. And then
Mhm.
eventually the Mosasaurus eats her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I mean,
Pretty
that's,
epic.
see, you wanted to skip over that, Paul? Come on.
No, you're right. That's
I mean,
cool.
that was like such an epic. I mean, so many people online are like, what an unnecessary over the top death for this person. And I think it's just going with the theme of like whoever the director is having problems with
Mhm.
at the time of the making of this movie gets eaten.
That's right.
The first one, yeah, the blood sucking lawyer gets eaten.
Yep.
The second one, the tech guy gets eaten.
Yep.
All right. And then
What are you
this one,
talking
it's
about? Who the director has problems with at the time of the making of the? You think Trevorrow is on set thinking, "Wow,
Arguing
this
with his
actress
own-
is a pain in the ass. Can we write in a scene where some dinos grab her?" Do you think they?
No, I think
what's
he
your
was having
theory
a
here?
fight
What-
with his personal secretary, and he's like, "I hate this
Oh,
bitch."
Watch
Oh
this.
yeah, watch this. And so
Wow,
he does this
okay.
elaborate kill
I see.
scene
That's
Yeah.
probably why we learn about her wedding, because we
Yes,
got to have
well, that's-
some kind of
See,
personal.
thank you. At least
Yeah.
I'm bringing in backstory, and you're like, oh, she didn't want her husband or her fiance to have a
But we
bachelor
know
party.
something about
She
her, and then
gets
she has
what-
this
yeah,
horrific
she
death.
deserves it. Yeah.
All
that's
right,
what-
all right.
Seeing Paul's rolling his eyes over there.
I did not pick up on any of this. happening.
Obviously.
No, but I'm going to have to rewatch it.
Which is never gonna happen.
I was thinking about rewatching it today.
Okay,
I
well,
really
okay.
liked it.
Well, today when we're about to do the podcast.
Yeah, this morning.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
at least there's that.
Other stuff came up.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So she dies, right? And well, that's when they find her again. So the kids go off on their own.
Mhm.
All right, they're kind of having their own little adventure, and that's when they get
Uh-huh.
into the gyrosphere.
Yeah,
All this is all
yeah.
coming together because they can't find the Indoraptor, not Indoraptor. Sorry, that's the next movie.
The Indominus Rex.
Indominus Rex. It catches up to them in their gyrosphere. It breaks it open
Yeah.
with its claw thing.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It can like unhinge its jaw like a snake
Right.
to like bite it. This is all great dino action.
This
Paul.
is my
okay.
this is my number one dino action.
Okay.
The gyro ball fight between the one dino that has the big rock tail
Mm.
and the Indominus Rex around the ball. I loved this. This was cool. I don't
Great.
even like the dino fights, but I think the fact that we had a 4-legged one and a 2-legged one fighting gave me some differentiation, and the rock tail thing I thought was used to great effect.
The
I think
rock tail thing.
Trevorrow, he's no Spielberg. Spielberg is the best.
Kylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus is the rocktail thing. But I think Trevorrow really had
Kylosaurus.
some like vision for
It's
how to
Ankylosaurus, yeah.
do dino action. Like he brought some new visual elements. He brought some new types of action together, some new shots. He brought he really brought life back to the franchise after
Okay.
JP3, which is
I enjoyed
excruciatingly dull.
JP3. Did you like JP3?
I had some elements that I enjoyed of JP3. I don't think it's a good movie.
Uh-huh. Which was
But,
what were your elements? What sticks with you?
Part of it is that Dr. Grant comes back.
Hell yeah, dude.
God.
Dr. Grant.
There's
Laura
that, like-
Dern's in there.
There's that spooky pterodactyl that's just like in the mist walking.
Yes.
It's so
Walking.
spooky.
He hated that they
Walking on the
walked. He was
bridge.
saying they should be flying.
This
So
fucking
weird.
guy, he has pterodactyls and they walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's your move? Walk it?
I love
Okay.
it.
We had
I
this
enjoyed
argument
it.
last
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
liked it.
I like them all. I really do. I'm not going to argue that they're great films, but I enjoy the experience.
And that's what we had.
Fair
That's all
enough.
we had for like 10
That's
plus
right.
years
Yeah.
in between these movies.
The dino heads weren't eaten.
Yeah.
Well,
Dinos
Stevie,
weren't
baby.
eating well in those years,
That's
We
right.
didn't get a lot of
Yeah.
good stuff there.
Rude.
Okay, so the kids break out. Okay,
Yeah.
they get free.
They get
They
free.
jump out. They jump into the waterfall,
Hmm.
Yeah.
which is a scene from one of the books.
Uh-huh.
Waterfall to get away from the T-Rex. Well, Indominus Rex. But
Mhm.
okay, Paul, if you want to skip all the way to the end,
No,
go ahead.
I don't know. And what else you want? I mean, Mr. Masrani dies.
They
He
start
flies the
tracking him.
helicopter and then he crashes
Which is
into
another
the
tie into Camp Cretaceous
Mhm.
that the kids are like following it and they see the helicopter
Yeah.
fall into the dome.
Yeah, that was cool. It's a good scene.
I kind of like all the control room stuff that's happening.
Yes,
Lauren Lapkus. I love her.
Lauren
Lauren
Lapkus
Lapkus
is so
very good.
funny.
She's so funny.
Everyone's
I think,
like Jake Johansson. I'm like, no, Lauren Lapkus.
Yeah. I think she's so great, and that all that stuff is interesting to me in this film.
Yeah, the Jake Johnson. Jake Johnson in the Jurassic Park t-shirt, funny.
Yeah, so good.
And the relationship with Lauren Lapkus, great. She's underutilized,
Agreed.
totally. Unfortunately, bring her back. Bring her back. Bring her back to the franchise.
She's great on the computer.
Apparently, Jack Johnson was supposed to be in the rest of them, but his schedule just couldn't work
Oh.
out, so they
Okay.
replace him.
That's
Too much
fine.
new girl or
Yeah, new girl or
Something.
whatever he's doing.
boring.
Yeah.
Not
Um,
enough dinosaurs.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, those two are good. I really
Yeah.
like that dynamic. I mean, these
Yeah.
movies thrive on the side characters, the character
I think so,
actors,
too.
and in this one had some great ones. The D'Onofrios, the Irfan
I mean,
Khan
I
as
liked
Mr. Masrani.
Masrani.
Yeah,
Do you think he was like heroic when he's like, we don't need somebody to drive the chopper. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
Okay.
that Hammond would have done that. You
That's true. That's
He
true.
wouldn't have.
Hammond would not have hurt his dinosaurs.
know? No way.
but again, it was the hubris.
Yeah.
It was the hubris that you were talking about. I mean, he thought he could do it. He couldn't do it.
At least he died trying. Huh?
At
There's
least he
something there.
died trying.
He tried to save people,
He
which is
tried
nice.
to clean up his mess a little bit,
Yeah,
but it was too out of control.
Oh, I have something on Jake Johnson while we're sort of on him. I wrote down a line that he said that I liked, which was, I like to think of it as a living system, just enough stability to keep it from collapsing into anarchy. That's how he describes his messy desk.
Oh.
And I was like, that's kind of an Ian Malcolm style take, like a
Mhm.
little quip.
Interesting,
Like,
interesting.
oh, that's fun.
And a metaphor for the park as well, right? Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then they had that beat
Holy
where
shit.
well, they had that beat where
Breaking my brain over here.
Claire sees the soda glass is gonna fall, and she moves the trash can over to catch it.
Mm.
Is that like she's so in control, or is she like she's noticing things other people don't? I thought that was a weird beat to add.
That is
Mhm.
weird.
That also is like, what is this saying about her character?
Yeah, that I think she's pretty put together.
In control,
In control. Yeah.
or at least she thinks she's in control, right? Because
Right.
Masrani's like the
But
only thing about
ultimately, we
life
can't
is
control
yeah, you
this
can't control.
thing.
Yeah.
As much as we try.
Yeah. So Owen Grady and Claire are all tracking the kids at this point.
Mhm.
The Indominus Rex is on the loose, just killing everything in its path for fun at this point. They
And
establish
it's moving towards the main park.
yeah, Main
Mhm.
Street. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All these people.
But they kind of do the Tyrannosaurus beat, not Tyrannosaurus, when in the first movie where they get to the Triceratops
Mm.
and it's dying or
Yes.
it's hurt. They do that with Brachiosaur
Oh.
and Laura Dern, or not Laura, I'm sorry. Bryce Dallas Howard has that moment where she starts to see the animals as more than just numbers on a spreadsheet kind of a thing, because she sees it die and then she like feels for it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Character moment.
Good
You
character moment. Growth.
You don't remember that at all, Paul,
I don't
do you?
remember the
You're like,
moment.
"Ah."
No.
That
this
was a whole
didn't-
practical effect. I just wanted to get to that. They built a big
Mhm.
neck of a brachiosaur and they were
Yes.
holding it. They were doing that wasn't CG. Well,
Oh,
too
that's
bad Paul,
amazing.
Paul doesn't know that. Paul doesn't remember at all.
just went right over my head.
And that's when she starts to be like care for the animals a little bit right there.
I mean, I like that. She's the one that has the arc in the movie.
You're like, I wish I would have seen this movie.
Where am I?
Yeah, we can tell where Paul woke up again is where he wants to talk about it again. Sorry.
I'm telling. No, I mean, I understand. I'm telling the mid parts of these movies. They're just.
I mean,
like,
yeah, there's a lot. I mean, this movie was like what, 2 hours plus?
Yeah.
And again, we all like to think. I mean, I don't like to look at run times. I like to let art be what it's going to be.
Sure.
And but this one felt a little long.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the family stuff, going back and forth with the kids' parents and stuff, is unnecessary.
Yeah.
Did you need that to care for these children? Or the fact that they're kids is enough?
They could have just written the characters maybe better without having like backstory, and they could be, because I think that's so much of, we don't actually know that much about Timmy and his sister.
Right, in the first movie.
We
No.
just but they're so delightful, and they have so
Yeah.
many good lines and
Mhm.
quips that
Yes.
they could have had more of that for these kids too.
Yeah, and they were actually like part of the plot. You know, Timmy had the night vision goggles
Yeah.
and she was a hacker, and then like these kids don't do anything
Yeah.
to like help at the end.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of just in danger.
Yeah. Help, guys. Hack the system.
Yeah.
Do some hacking.
Let some of that seduction
The older
stuff that the
brother's
older brother had. That's like the
flirting
only
powers.
thing. Yeah, his flirting powers should have helped at the end.
Flirt with one of the dinos.
Yeah, dude.
Calm it down.
Yeah, he gets that smoldering look over and like just
Yeah.
mesmerizes a pterodactyl.
Love it. I
If
love it.
only.
Yeah, that would have been. I mean, you would have cared more for these kids.
That's right.
So yeah, so they
Uh-huh.
hire. Then they're like, we got to get the Raptors out after
Mhm.
Masrani dies. Vincent D'Onofrio takes over.
Mhm.
He's like, it's a military thing now. We're gonna use the Raptors to track down the Rex.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And Owen Grady, grudgingly
Team up.
Mhm.
is
Team up.
leading the team. Otherwise, they're
Yeah.
And we get the other trailer moment, which is Pratt on the motorcycle leading
Really
the
cool, honestly.
crew. Oh, it's
I'm
so
I'm
friggin'
just
cool.
thinking
very
about
cool
it.
tattoos.
Oh,
I just like got actual chills thinking about that part.
it
And he
rules.
said, that's like a cool moment for Pratt because he's riding with him. He looks at him. He kind of smiles.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
I love it.
He knows he's the alpha and he's
Yeah.
got his crew.
Oh,
he,
yeah.
he put in the work, you know. He built the relationships. Like
There's
it's
some
such a
dino treats.
Thank you so much. Ugh.
this is great. I hope there's a Indominus Rex in here.
Looks like just the classic ones.
Damn
Triceratops.
Yeah, no genetically modified dinosaurs in these.
Give me the InGen brand gummies.
But yeah, so I mean,
team
is
up.
Owen? I mean, they address this a little bit in the later movies, but he is part of the machine. You know,
Yeah.
he's a military guy. He's
Navy
training these
vet.
raptors. He knows that. You know, he knows what the end goal is here.
Right.
He's not innocent.
What does he think the end goal is at this point?
They're going to use them as weapons.
use the raptors to take down the Indominus to save the park.
He's there to train them for the military. So he knows that they're going to be a military.
I don't know if he thinks that it's for the military. I think he's training them to try to train them because it's a park. They want to keep it under control.
It's very generous.
He's good at his job. I mean, I think about, did you watch the Blackfish documentary?
I did not.
Oh, it's so depressing. But
yeah, that's
it's
why
like,
is this the SeaWorld thing?
It's about SeaWorld.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of those people that get into that job are like marine biologists, people that really care about the animals, but they're working for a place that's like pretty bad. But wouldn't you rather have someone working there that's like cares about the animals and is trained? And I feel like Chris Pratt's kind of that figure in this, that he like cares about them. He has this relationship with them, but he maybe doesn't believe in the full like philosophy of the amusement park and the
It is complicated.
A lot of it.
You kind of have to see them as inferiors a little bit, but also respect them for what they are to do what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it is this is happening with or without you, and so he's like, I'd rather be a part of it.
Yeah, it's like when parents letting their kids drink in their basement.
Okay,
like you're gonna drink anyway.
Like that.
Yeah.
It's just like
if you're gonna eat people, I'm gonna be there.
I mean, there's also the welfare too of the animal. Like what his observations about in the Indominus Rex, like you have raised this without any socialization, so it's not going to know how to be around other dinos, and so it's going to be more dangerous and be more prone to escape, which it does.
Yeah.
So like by training them, he's making it safer. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
More control.
It's extremely
more control.
badass.
We're all trying to get control.
Different ways of trying to get control.
Yeah.
There's the empathy of Masrani, but yet still hubris. There's the
and
Brady's
ignorance
approach.
in a way of how the actual park works, kind of a thing.
Claire's approach, which is just like know everything.
Know
Just
everything,
be
but no
aware of
empathy, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And then is Owen all empathy and no, like thinking ahead? That's why they're kind of yin yang.
Is he like a military background?
Yes,
in
he
this?
said he came from the Navy.
And I feel like he's kind of a soldier in this. Like he has his opinions, but he's probably trained to like.
Yeah, he should defer to D'Onofrio because it seems like he's a higher ranking person, but they're not necessarily in the military.
And this exact conflict is, of course, the next plot point. Once they discover the Indominus, there is revealed that D'Onofrio wants to do something else.
Right.
Which I don't remember. JD, what does he want? Why is there a conflict between them?
Well, they want to kill the Indominus Rex, and I think they are willing to put the raptors in danger to do that. Because Owen's whole thing is like, I want to get them out of danger before we attack the Indominus. But as they're all in there together, they just start shooting.
Right.
And that's when Blue and the rest of the raptors lose trust in Owen.
Right.
Because he's around them when danger's happening. And that's when they start to turn. And then we find out that the Indominus Rex has Raptor in it, and it can communicate with the other raptors.
Twist.
Yeah, and he gets them to turn on him anyway.
Yeah.
So now they're all Team Indoraptor. All the raptors are together, which could be a cool name for a soccer team, huh? No, just
what's the Raptors together?
No, just Indoraptors.
Oh, Indoraptors.
Or just
the Raptors.
Raptors.
The Raptors was one of the names. No one's going to give a shit about this, but the Utah Hockey League was considering the Raptors.
Okay.
And they're not going to do it. They're going to go a different direction.
They saw the movie and we're like, maybe
not.
We're
good.
So they turn on them, and then all the raptors start attacking their trainers. I like the one guy, his like partner dude. I can't remember his name, Omar or something like that.
I liked him.
Omar. Yeah, because he does a lot to help Owen out here. And he has that moment where he like runs into the tree trunk and Blue's about to kill him, and he's like, I don't want to shoot you, Blue.
Yes.
But then Owen calls him off, and Blue starts chasing Owen.
Yeah.
And then he meets back up with Bryce Dallas Howard and the kids, and then they go to the end. We're getting to the final Dino showdown.
Yeah.
And just one thing about that, like there's Raptor in the
Indominus Rex.
The Indominus That's Rex. Like classic Jurassic Park. And I do love that aspect of these like genetically modified dinosaurs, that they're always like, well, they do this because of the frog in them and because of this in them, which is like the classic DNA of both Jurassic Park and the dinosaurs. But I love that.
No, I totally love it.
I like that it makes the third JP3 a little more relevant, because they talk about how the raptors communicate, and they do the 3D printed vocal cord thing
Oh,
of the
right.
raptor that they
Yes.
use to
Mhm.
communicate. And so,
Yeah.
it kind of makes it more relevant, Paul, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think?
A little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, I'm totally with you. I think
It's
what's
kinda cool.
hiding in the DNA and like the
Yeah.
corporate, the proprietary DNA. Doctor
Mhm.
Wu didn't reveal what went into the Indominus.
Right.
I
I love
totally
it.
love. Amazing.
Then we do
Amazing.
have to. Wu has been working a little bit more closely with Vincent D'Onofrio's character than maybe we thought. And
Mhm.
Vincent D'Onofrio gets all the scientists to like empty this lab,
Yeah.
and they move them away. They get them off the island pretty quickly, which is
Mhm.
going to come into
Because at this
play
point, the
later.
park has been overrun.
Yeah,
Mhm.
overrun.
Once the
they
chopper
close
goes
it down,
and
yeah.
all what seem
The
to me like
military people take
pterodactyls
over.
come out and
Dinos
start
are in charge.
flying over, and then there is one iconic moment we haven't discussed, which is when the people are all running from the
Mm.
pterodactyls,
Oh,
and
yeah.
there's a man with 2 margaritas. He's running from the dinos, but
Oh,
he's
yeah.
got the margaritas with him.
I love that.
Which
Was
is
that
just
Margaritaville guy? I think it was. I'm pretty
Jimmy
sure.
Buffett?
Yeah, it was Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, that's
Like him in the movie.
yes, I
great.
think that was a.
So
What a
good.
cameo.
Love that.
Rest
oh
in
my
peace.
god, is he
Ugh.
dead?
He died kind of recently, like in the last couple of years. Yeah.
Oh,
Lived a
man.
great life, though.
what
He
was his
really
name?
did. Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy Buffett.
That's so amazing.
Because he
if
has
that's-
the Margaritavilles or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Margarita guy
That
dressed
is
her
my
in
Good
Jimmy
for
Buffett.
him.
favorite. Ah, what an Easter
That's so
egg.
good.
Ah,
It's
I love
so
it.
good.
Yeah,
That's
and-
really good.
But we didn't. Well, I do want to talk about that's when Bryce Dallas Howard and Owen Grady have their first kiss,
Mm.
which was a surprise on the day. They weren't scripted to kiss.
Really?
The
What?
director told Chris Pratt to do that.
Just give her a little
2015, that would
surprise.
never
was-
happen.
It
Where's
was a
the
little
intimacy
weird.
coordinator
It was a
on
little,
set?
Yeah.
yeah, he got eaten by
Different
the
time.
Mosasaurus, I suppose. Yeah, I thought it was a little weird. I did think that setup was weird. That they weren't expecting that the coordinator
know,
got
it
eaten by
just
the
got me
Mosasaurus.
As if the dinos are on set as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, and when they have the pterodactyl thing attacking Chris Pratt during that whole thing, they kept switching out a small person stuntman would jump on
Is that right?
Yes, Chris Pratt and be like, "Arr, arr, 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 arr,"
Ah,
and Chris Pratt would be fighting him, and
So
then
much
they would
better than
replace
CGI.
him with a CG character. Yeah.
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 I don't know. I
amazing.
thought it was it looked funny, and
Yeah,
I was like,
I bet.
this is your job.
This is your job.
And yeah, so they snuck the. I did think I don't like that they did that they didn't tell Bryce Dallas Howard he's going to kiss her, and they
No
just did
way.
that. Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
want
it's
you don't
not
want that brought up
awesome.
on you, but they want it
I
to
mean,
be feel
maybe-
real or whatever.
I could sometimes actors are weird about that though, like they want the realness. Like sometimes an
Sure.
actor will get like, actually punch me. Or like
Right.
I got punched,
Stallone
like
in all
use
the
that
Rockies.
take. Use the take of me getting punched.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Real punches.
Mhm. Some of
But,
them, yeah.
but
He
yeah,
actually
I
Dolph
think-
Lundgren put Stallone in the hospital in Rocky IV.
Whoa.
He punched him in the chest, and he had like internal bleeding of his heart.
Wow.
Crazy.
Hmm.
That's my
Commitment-
other podcast.
commitment to the
Stallone.
craft.
All of
Stallone.
Stallone's injuries. But
Amazing.
yeah, so they snuck out that kiss on, but she was into it, or at least she played it off. I don't know. Nothing came of it.
Yeah.
No
Great.
harassment suits were filed, and she
That's
was
good.
in all the rest of the movie. So
Yeah.
I think it
I think
went
it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that wasn't planned. They did it anyway. Sparks at this point. You guys feeling it?
I mean, it's a
Ultimately
surprise
not.
kiss.
Yeah, I don't like the non-consensual piece of this that I've
Right,
just
yeah,
learned.
sorry.
But I
Yeah.
did when I was watching the movie, I was into it.
I mean, I'm rooting for them to get together
Yeah,
for
okay.
sure.
Yeah,
I like that the
100%.
little kids were more into him than they
Yeah.
were into her.
Yeah. I mean, she's
Like,
not
they
a good
felt safe.
aunt.
No, yeah.
As an aunt, I would not see my nephew for 7 years
Right,
and then just
yeah.
invite him to my murder park. I would never.
Yeah, when the little kid hugs her at the beginning, she goes, "You're so sweet." I was like, "Damn."
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So, so
They kiss.
They
They
kiss. Yes. Kids aren't helping at all. They're just
Not
in
helping.
danger.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. So Bryce Dallas Howard also insisted on wearing those high heels the whole
Oh,
time.
the high heels. We got to talk about
Let's
the high
not-
heels.
Go off.
I mean, obviously, everyone was passionate about this with, like, rightly so. She's running around in mud and it's just wild. I don't know why they made that choice. I'm so glad they decided to.
She pushed for it.
She did.
She was like, I want to do this. Because they're
That's
like,
so
well,
wild.
obviously you have a scene where you kick off your heels and
Yeah.
you wear flats or whatever. And she's like, no, I want to do this all in. I mean, this is Bryce Dallas
That's
Howard
so
pushing it.
interesting.
And
Okay.
I wonder if there's a little bit of that Nepo baby thing where they don't want to tell her no.
I mean,
Who
that's
knows?
interesting to hear. I guess you could look at it in this lens of like, they say like Ginger Rogers had to do everything Fred Astaire did, but backwards and in heels. And so she's like doing everything Chris Pratt is, but in her like literal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe that was
maybe
her,
it's like a nod to
thing.
something like that, but it just was ridiculous.
Yeah, it did seem over the top. But I mean, she is running. She's doing it. I mean,
but
she did all those
I'm glad to hear
stunts.
it was her choice.
Yeah. They didn't
I'm
make
more
her do
glad to hear that it was her choice, but get some hiking boots, girl.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to.
You didn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just very unrealistic.
Right. Well, she did it.
The dinosaurs coming back to life, super realistic,
Right.
but the pumps,
The heels were
that's what
out.
took me out. Yeah.
So she decides the best thing to do is to go get the Rexy
T-Rex.
to fight.
Yeah, because at this
Rexy
point,
is
murder,
the character's name.
That's
mayhem
right.
reigns in the park. It's a total failure.
Mayhem reign.
Yes.
Everyone's getting hurt and sad, and it's nighttime now.
Yeah.
So, the movie is
That's
about
right.
to end.
That's right. It's nighttime.
This has been one day in the park.
Yeah, what a day.
But yeah, the moment where she's like, we can't stop the Indominus, but I need to go get the T-Rex. This, for me, is the end of her arc.
Uh-huh.
This is her choosing to give up control because she is opening the gate and she is saying, chaos is my only hope. I can only survive if chaos takes back this island because control has failed her.
It's such a theme.
Interesting.
The control versus non-control.
Yeah, it's huge.
Love it.
I think, and she personifies it. And as I've said before, I think the acting sells it, and it's a great.
I mean,
movie.
I do. I
Best of the
like that.
franchise.
I love her. I'm totally in on her in this film. I like it. Her screaming "run" becomes like an iconic thing. Apparently,
Really?
yeah, it's a thing that got brought up quite a bit in all these videos I was watching about it.
I do think that they never recapture the quippiness of Goldblum in the first movie, and like there's so many great lines in that first one, and the second one even has a few, and then this one is like, I mean, I read the one from Jake Johnson. It was like, okay, it's interesting, but it's not life finds a way,
right?
That's so
they had
good.
this whole thing
Are you
with
still there?
Hey, where are you?
I need you to open paddock 9.
Paddock 9? You kidding?
Those heels.
she's doing it. She's pulling it off.
Damn
as
it,
much-
Larry, be a man and do something for
yeah,
once
be
in
a
your
man
life.
and do something for
Why'd you have
once,
to make
huh?
it personal?
Okay.
Got it.
Why'd you have to make it personal? I don't get it. The return of Rexy. We haven't seen Rexy since the first movie. This is the original. This is supposed to be the original Rex from the first movie.
We've seen a lot of dinos that look like Rexy. We could be forgiven for thinking that
Rexy
A
did
lot
not
of
go to
these
Isla
dinos-
Sorna.
Oh, and we've got our flare again,
Yep, you
so
got
we're
the
like
flare.
we're a nod to the first one.
Callback.
Got it.
which they could have done. I thought it was a little restrained.
Hey,
they
guys,
could have done more.
Rexy's
of
got
these.
some work done. Okay.
Oh yeah,
CG work.
Rexy is moisturizing.
This was such a great scene. I was like locked in at this
Kinda
point in
like
the
that.
movie. I was
Yeah.
so into this.
Sorry, just keep going. My bad.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
But did you get that it was the same T-Rex?
I'm getting
From the
that
first-
right now for sure.
all right.
I'm wondering where my brain was when I was watching it, but because with the flare, you get the same sound effect. It's pretty iconic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it.
Paul, you didn't know that was the same?
no, didn't occur to me to even make the connection.
Fucking
It's just a
Rexy.
bunch of dinosaurs.
Now Rexy and the Raptors, who were the villains in the first one, are the heroes of this one,
Yes.
turning it all
The team
around.
up.
And Rexy kind of saves the day in the first one too.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the Raptors are the
Mhm.
real villains
Yeah.
in JP1.
Yeah.
Just so you know,
JP1.
Paul. JP1.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Raptors.
I think I saw that movie actually.
Yeah. I don't know. I might be going back on the heels, you guys. I just feel like now that we're breaking down her character,
Uh-huh.
the control,
Control.
it's a character choice.
It is a choice. It's a choice. She's doing things.
Okay. I'm reevaluating.
Okay.
I never worn heels. I don't know what it would be like to run in them all day
think it'd
around
be awful.
from dinosaurs.
I doubt-
It seems bad,
I'm sure she probably got some ankle issues after this.
Yeah. Definitely.
but it looks great.
Commitment to the
she
craft.
did it for the Nookie over here.
That's right.
Is that the wrong reference? Let's try to get
She did it for
the movie.
the movie. Yeah.
The movie. She did it for the box office, baby.
The
That's
box
right.
office Nookie.
Yeah. Oh, there
Thank
you go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Got it. Brought it around.
Yep.
Paul doesn't know that reference, I think.
I do. It's friggin' Limp
part Canadian.
Bizkit.
Thank you.
I know all about this shit. Fred Durst.
Thank
I
you. All right. Okay.
I mean, that's
corrected.
the only two things I could say about it. I'm
Oh,
done.
that's
I'm
really-
out.
Okay. he's in the cut.
Sitting back in the cut. You know it, my man. Just sitting back here in the cut.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm
yeah.
just
So
side
Rexy
kicking for
comes-
JD today. Just
Yeah,
side
that's-
kicking for him. Just sitting in the cut. Just back here.
the running
Chilling
gag
out.
he's got. About.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Rexy comes. Blue comes back. Blue has been fighting the Blue has another reconnection with
Yeah.
Chris Pratt.
And we don't know if Blue's loyal.
Oh, there are 3 at this point. Two have been killed. They were killed in the original fight with the Indominus. So now there's only 3 left in the pack. The other 2 get killed eventually, and then it's just Blue.
Yeah.
And Blue turns on the Indoraptor.
Mm-hmm.
Indominus Rex.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Indominus Rex. Sorry, too many
Hey,
Got
generic
Raptor in it, though.
engineered-
You'd be forgiven for letting all these friggin' dinos that look the same run together.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
okay.
So yeah, Rexy, you think Rexy's down for the count, then he comes back, kills the Indoraptor.
Epic.
Who's gonna bite whose neck?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're always biting each other.
Who'd you want to win, Paul?
Which dino did I want to win? I wanted them both to live. These dinos are living things. I think they're
Yeah.
beautiful. It's nature, you know.
Yeah.
I just
Nature,
want I just want it to
kills each other.
thrive. Nature, nature. Did I tell that story? How I've actually gotten Jurassic Park wrong a lot in my life. I think
think
did.
the
Mm.
podcast is that story come to life.
That's why we're doing this podcast. Because on CityCast, I
Mm.
was like, "Clever girl, yeah." And the scene with the kitchen when the raptor gets into opens the door, and that guy, someone's like, "Clever girl," and like that's not it at all.
It's okay. You've
yeah.
combined memories, but
So I remember the first pod I had with Neyla a couple years ago now, actually. She's like, oh, I have a barbershop quartet. It's called Clever Girl.
we must have been brand new at that point.
I think so, yeah. And you're like,
And now,
and she was like, do you get it?
champions.
And I was
Do you
like,
get it?
I get it. It's Jurassic Park. We all know this. I was like, rolled my eyes.
You'd be surprised how many people
I
don't
didn't
get
know.
it.
How many people don't get it? That's my whole thesis. People don't know this stuff anymore.
It's just wild.
I mean, we get it.
It's in my DNA.
Some
Yeah.
people do.
Dino DNA.
What else is in that
Right,
DNA?
yeah,
huh?
right
What
in
else
there
is
with
hiding in there?
Frog and
Frog, jellyfish.
jellyfish. Yeah.
Neela disappears into the
Yeah.
couch.
You can do that in post, right?
Yeah. All great. All right. Yeah. So then the next day they get saved,
No,
right?
no, 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 no.
Okay. Sorry.
The Mosasaurus comes back.
Oh, yes. Because there's this
Oh.
whole epic thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
so epic.
It's very.
This
it's
is my
very
hold on your
epic.
butts moment right here.
Mhm.
Same.
Yeah.
Hold on
Well-
your butts moment.
I mean, mine is the Indominus escaping in the first place,
Mm.
but not to take
That
us
was
all the
pretty
way
good.
back to the beginning of the movie. But yes,
Slices
the
them both.
Mosasaurus,
Yeah.
The
T-Rex,
fuel line.
Indominus.
Yeah, that's great.
Biting each other's necks, and then
hmm
the friggin' fish
The
one comes out
Mosasaurus
and
comes and
chunks
Yeah,
care
which kind of
business.
like, because they put it in the trailer, it's almost like this big full circle thing,
Yeah,
even though,
yeah.
and it's like at the beginning of the movie too, but I just feel like we were supposed to
Yeah.
pay attention to that.
It's very satisfying.
Yeah.
It's a
Mosasaurus,
very
I agree.
possibly my
kill.
favorite dinosaur now.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, okay.
I like fish.
Yeah.
I like the water.
It feels like that could live in the deep sea today. We don't know
totally.
what's down there.
Mhm.
And I love that about the deep sea. It's so mysterious.
Hmm.
Scary.
Yeah, really scary.
How about that for a Jurassic Park sequel?
Did you
Deep
get horror movie vibes from this?
You keep saying this about these movies, and like, yeah, they're kind of slashers because the dino kills are
Slasher,
such
interesting. Okay.
distinctive
It's a
moments.
thriller for sure.
I heard people equating the Indoraptor a lot to Frankenstein.
Indominus
Oh.
Rex.
They were getting-
Indominus Rex. You're
Did I
thinking
say-
I like
about.
that.
You're,
Yeah, sorry.
You're saying
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
Indoraptor.
bad.
Yeah,
My
I like
bad.
that.
Indominus Rex.
Frankenstein-y
Yeah.
comparison. That's cool.
I get that too.
Well, the next one is supposed to be a true horror, is what I'm getting.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what the director said he was going for.
Cool.
But that's just a preview for the
Ugh.
next one. All right. Sorry. We're not.
This is for the
keeping
one that's
that
coming
in
out
the
this
cut.
summer.
Yeah. I don't know what that means, but yeah, we're just keeping
Can't
that
wait.
in the background.
Neela, have we got your hold on to your butts moment?
Of this film.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of that. I mean, I think it's that scene with the motorbike and the raptors.
Yes,
Yeah,
It's just so
yes.
cool.
So good.
It is very good.
He's the alpha.
He's
He's
just
the
trained
alpha.
these, and it's such a different thing. And I love no, spoiler alert. In the next one, when they like, he has that funny moment with Dr. Grant where he's like, oh, he's like befriended the Raptors. He's like so mad about that because our relationship with the Raptors in JP1 is like,
Is so
yeah. And now they're like his little doggies.
That's JW3.
JW.
JP6 colon JW3
it's
colon
3.
Dominion.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh.
I might have.
He's
I
probably
forgotten
saying he's
it,
just forgotten.
But I don't.
Wait, where they all come back.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
talking Laura Dern. I'm talking Goldblum.
Yeah.
I'm
It's-
excited about it.
I loved it.
I can't wait. We'll see.
Possibly my favorite of the series. That's what I'm saying.
The bookends.
Yeah.
There's one other moment I want to talk about, which is the Jake Johnson, Lauren Lapkus,
Oh,
like as they're but not kiss, sort of.
Well,
I mean, Jake Johnson goes
Wants
in
to
for a
kiss.
kiss,
Yeah.
and Lapkus is like, "I have a boyfriend," and then he's just
it's kinda great.
He's like, you never
End
talk
of the
about it.
world. Yeah.
It's one of the best moments in the movie. It's
Like,
so
you never
funny.
talked about him. She's like, I'm at work. Why would I?
It's great.
She doesn't get much screen time. She doesn't get a lot of lines, but the one moment that they really give, she just crushes. It's so
I
good.
love it. Yeah. I really enjoy that aspect of this.
Yeah, I think that was like, this isn't the 90s anymore. Or
Yeah,
whatever. It was
totally.
kind of like it's not that kind of movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bad guy
Although
is
Chris
fat
Pratt
and
planted
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
JD, did you have a wife take? How did Mallory like this one?
She thought Vincent D'Onofrio was the best actor in the movie.
She had a real
And
Pratt
that Bryce
beef.
Dallas Howard wasn't, she doesn't like Pratt.
How did
She's a big Anna Faris fan.
Oh,
I
sure.
think.
Oh,
Okay.
That didn't go
Loyal.
well.
Yeah, it did not go well.
Okay. All right. Well, all right.
Yeah, like I know nothing of that.
Megan's take overall, this is my wife, Megan. Her take overall was this movie sucks in just the right way. She did not watch the first third of it, but I had it on in our studio apartment that we're living in, and she did eventually sit down and she locked in with me. And she watched the end and she got into it.
Right.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. I think I gave my hold on to your butts moment. We talked dino action. What else we do on this show, JD? Are we done? Is this the end of the show?
Yeah, we're pretty much.
I think
did
we really dug
We could
in.
maybe rank them. If we want.
Oh my God, that's a great idea. Of the 4 so far,
Yeah.
if you want to give us your full 6, Neyla, that would be great.
Oof. Okay.
I could do my 4. I need a minute though.
Okay.
How many raptor eggs are you going to give this movie? Just
So obviously, Ridge JP1 is number 1.
yeah.
I think maybe JP6 is number 2.
Wow,
It's very good.
And then probably this one, JW1.
JP4 colon JW1.
And then JP2 because it's Goldblum centric. And my favorite part of JP2 is when his daughter does a gymnastics routine to kick a raptor in the face.
I remember this.
Yep, we talked about that.
So good. And then
See, and these kids are more useless than.
yeah, they're more useless.
I mean, because at least they set up like, oh, you got kicked off the gymnastics team at the beginning of that movie. It comes back.
It comes back.
These
She
kids
uses
do nothing.
it.
Yes.
I know. Then JP3, then JW2, which I like barely remember. They're in that like mansion running around with the dinosaurs.
This is the
Okay.
problem with some of these movies. It's like, I guess I've seen some dinos in a mansion.
Yes.
I don't know.
That one, that didn't hit for me, but I love them all.
Fair enough. I think right now for me, number 1, JW1.
Whoa.
JW1 loved it. Loved it. Then JP1, and then the other 2 I'm not. TL1 colon JP2, number 3.
JD.
Good luck
JP3.
following this. Anyone.
I got it.
And then
NP.
JP3, 4. JP3 is number 4.
Yeah.
Got it.
I
Yep,
can't
yep.
imagine.
I'm
one
right here.
worse
I
than
got it.
Did not like. Oh, great, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll check it. How about you, JD?
Oh yeah.
Of the
'cause you-
first 4.
Jurassic Park 1, my favorite. Then JP3. I have a nostalgia for it. I really enjoyed it. I liked
Love
the kid in there. I thought
I'm gonna rewatch it and see where it
Triceratops
lands
stuff was
for me.
fun.
I think the
liked
kid,
it.
that's the, I hate all the kids, but I think the kid in JP3 is the best kid.
Because he was
Better
like
than Timmy?
capable.
Mm-hmm.
He was Timmy on steroids.
Yeah.
Because he'd like read all the stuff. He liked
That's
Grant
true.
as well. And he was also surviving on
He's
this island.
helpful. Yeah. Timmy's just too little.
Yeah, Timmy just,
He's got the little yearling legs.
Yeah, JP1, JP3, JW1, and then Jurassic Park 2 is my in last place.
TL1,
Even
JP2.
with the gymnastics.
Yeah,
move,
well, you know,
I mean,
I
that's
do-
my number 4 as well. You just have to watch the other one.
Yeah, I haven't considered the other ones yet.
Well,
Love it.
Finds a way.
Finds a way.
Neyla, give us a plug. You talked about Clever Girl, the Barbershop Quartet. Where do
Yes.
people find out more about that?
We're all over the YouTubes.
Mhm.
I think we update our Facebook quite a bit in terms of when we're performing. We're a long distance quartet, so we're kind of all over the place. But we'll be doing some shows in the Colorado area this summer.
It means like you travel around.
We
or
travel
you all
around,
live
yeah.
in different places.
We all
and
live in
you
different
Zoom
places.
Together.
Yes, we meet about every 6 weeks.
How do you rehearse on Zoom?
We do like logistics via Zoom and things like that, but
Just curious.
can't really sing as a quartet on Zoom. That has not
Right.
Zoom
I
has
heard-
not figured out that capability
I
yet.
heard did some of that in pandemic,
yeah.
early years.
Your a cappella groups.
I mean, not
Yeah, I was
me.
gonna say,
but,
yeah,
like,
you sing.
I was a part of the audience watching
Yes,
people
yes.
do their
Sing?
best.
try to do.
Interesting.
Oh my God.
It's
Huh.
not for music.
No.
That's for sure.
No.
But yeah, we meet about every 6 weeks, and yeah, we're all over the YouTubes if you want to check out the harmonies.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
World champions.
World champions.
Congratulations.
Well,
Thank you.
links to that in the show notes. Also, the Rattlesnake Kate musical.
Yes.
All the music is fantastic.
Thank you.
Nice
And
Western Woman.
if
very
this
good
comes out
album.
before June 7th, I'm doing a big show with the Augustana Arts Orchestra with all my snake songs.
Wow.
It's going to be really
about
cool.
that?
You know, this is kind of dinosaurs, snakes. I'm sure there's, well, the unhinged jaw. So this is snake themed, reptile themed birds.
Season.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway,
All right.
June 7th, Stanley Marketplace with the Augustana Arts Orchestra.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for joining
Yeah,
us
thank you.
today.
Ah, what a treat.
Yeah, thank
It's
you
been
for
a
doing
pleasure.
it.
This was
Appreciate
great.
it.
Yeah.
Life finds a pot. Hold on to your butts, right?
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Hold On to Your Butts is a left hand, right brain production. Produced by JD Lopez.